Hello everyone and welcome to a new video. Today I'm having a bit of an exciting one. I'm trying to win a trip to Korea, okay? So I got a mail and it said, do you want to enter this competition? And it was from the Literature Translation Institute of Korea, where they have a competition, and it's a video competition where if you talk about / make a review or video about some of the books they had in line, you could win a trip to Korea. But also there were some other great prizes as well. So I won't be mad, but I would love a trip to Korea. So here we are. So it was a day with the sun. I went outside, as you can see, and I went to my local bookstore where I found out they had 2 of the books in the line. There was 5 books you could choose from. We only had 2 in store, while one of them I already read, so I didn't want to reread that. And I managed to find the books, and I was very happy, and I'm gonna read them here in this little vlog, so that I might win a trip to Korea. That's what we're trying to do here, and I think that is a good goal for life in general. As you could see, I picked up The Platters by Eun-Soo Kim and Almond by Won Pyong-sun. I'm sorry, I don't know how to pronounce these names. And I tried to Google it, and Google was not helpful. I'm just telling you, it was not. So I'm gonna read these 2 and share some thoughts here in this video. I feel like I've seen this around Almond, and I probably would have liked to pick this up eventually if I heard about them, because I'm enjoying reading different kind of translated work lately anyway. Especially I feel like I read a lot of it differently this year, especially when I did Koreathon earlier the year, read loads of books translated from Korean, and it was just such a great time. Where among them I read Kim Ji-young, and that one is one of the 5 books that you could read, and it's one of the best books I read this year. So I was very inclined. But yeah, I have started off with The Platters, and I am about 100 pages in. Not about, I'm literally on page 100. And I didn't know anything about this plot, because obviously I just picked it up because it was on the list, and it was the one we had, in store. And this one is kind of like a thriller, mystery, definitely more of a thriller, where we follow Resang, and he is a hitman / an assassin, and then he needs to put down a woman, and he does something a bit differently with her. That sounded weird when I said it like that, but yeah. And after that, he feels like his life is a bit scary, because we have these plotters, and they're the one giving the assignments, you need to kill this person, you need to kill this person, but no one has ever seen them or know who they are. So it's a bit do they know what I did, because he wasn't supposed to do what he did? And it's interesting. It's not a long book, it's 292 pages. So obviously I have 192 pages left. But it's very weird, a bit different. I just think literature in different countries is just so different in general. When I read, I was gonna say UK and US fiction, they remind me a lot of each other in the way they're set up. And when I read Norwegian fiction, it's totally different. And Norwegian fiction is weird. At least what is really popular. They have a certain vibe that I cannot find in other books. And then it's the same when I read books from Japan and Korea. It's they have a certain vibe that is very different from the other vibes. It's very weird. It's really different. Maybe because these are translated, I don't know. But that's so far my thoughts. I will of course give final thoughts when I finish it, and I'll also read Almond and win this trip. It will be a great time. So, welcome to this little vlog, and I hope you enjoy, and now I'm gonna go eat breakfast. So, you will see me soon. Hello. So, I have now finished The Platters by Eun-Soo Kim, and basically it follows what I told you about earlier. There is an assassin who kind of turns against the system a bit after certain events happens, and then it plays out. It was a bit crazy. A lot of death, a lot of stabbing. Interesting to follow this character kind of turning around in his mind what he wants to do with his life and what he wants to do with his organization he's been working for his whole life. And it's definitely written differently than a book I think I read this before. This kind of book felt felt different, you know. And I think I enjoyed it. I think like parts of it is like 3-star because I wasn't mind blown. I wasn't like amazed or blown away by the story, but I still thought it was like entertaining and fascinating and written well. Even though, like, as I said, I wasn't like, oh my god, this is the best book in the whole world. Part of me is like 3-star, part of me 3.5, part of me wants to round it up to 4. I'm a bit undecided. I will let you know the final rating in like the end of this. But yeah, that's initially my thoughts. Like, I enjoyed it a lot. I liked how it was written. But like the plot wasn't everything, but the rest was really enjoyable. But I just don't know in my mind how the plot of this could have gone otherwise. Like, how could it have been more for me? But yeah, so that was those thoughts. And now I'm going to start the second book for this, obviously, which is Almond by Won Pyong-sun. And I don't know anything about this synopsis or anything, you know. I just picked it up for this. So I will tell you when I actually started it because I don't want to spoil myself. And I will update you as soon as I read some of this or when I'm finished this. I don't know when I'm finished it today. Next update will be about Almond, so see you then. I almost continued the book without updating this vlog. Yesterday I started Almond and I didn't know what the book was about, but I'm going to tell you a bit about it now. So it follows Junjae, which I know I'm not pronouncing correctly, and he has a brain condition called alexithymia that makes it hard for him to feel emotions like fear and anger. So basically, I feel like he doesn't feel other emotions as well, like joy and stuff. He doesn't feel that either. And then we just see him like trying to adjust to life and like trying to have his mom teach him like how he should react so other people don't think he's weird that they never react to stuff. And then something horrible happens to his family, like his mom and his grandma. That was a really loud notification on my phone. And then because of that, he like needs to survive alone in this world, and then he meets another person in his class called Gon, and then kind of like form a friendship. And yeah, so I don't know, I can't speak about like the rep in this for this condition, obviously. I don't know, but so far I think the story is intriguing and it's really like easy and fast-paced book, so I'm going to continue reading it now, probably finish it in this sprint. I'm on sprints again on Patreon. Yesterday I was on other sprints, and yeah, that's my thoughts so far. I will give final thoughts when I'm done. Hello. So I realized I hadn't uploaded this when I thought I had. I said I finished Almond, but I haven't. So I finished Almond and I did quite enjoy it. I thought the ending, especially like, it's kind of a spoiler though, but like, especially with a main character, like something happened that we didn't expect to happen. Nothing to do with his condition whatsoever, just like something happened that made me really happy and I almost hit it up. Okay, so that was that. How main character had this condition and how like it was handled and like the development in that condition, I cannot speak for if that is accurate or anything like that. I don't know. If it's harmful, it might be. I literally do not know enough about it. I wouldn't even be an expert to talk about it, even like if I googled some, you know what I mean? Because like, I'm not. So I would just want to say that. But the book, I think, was still, you know, enjoyable. It was an interesting story. The characters around the main character was really interesting. A lot of people were really helpful. Some were, a lot of them were cruel as well. It's still interesting to read about how people act around other people who are not, you know, the normal or whatever you think about what normal is. And it's interesting to see people interact with him because like it reflects a lot upon like how people interact with people in real life, no matter if the condition is accurate representation or not. And just to read about his life and just the people in it, it was sweet. It's like very open as well though, because like it's just like one part of this person's life. But it was interesting. Is that I read the author note in the end, and the author basically wrote his story to say that all kids deserve love, because you know, have a main character with his certain condition, and then she just wanted to write the story that he always deserves love and respect for the people around him. And the same with the guy he met, what's his name again, Gong, that also had like a really different upbringing and like had a lot of issues because of this, and that he always deserved love. And then the author wrote in the end like, this was for kids to show that like no matter who they are, no matter what they've been through, they deserve love. And I just thought that that was also a sweet part of the story. And I think it also like was really like easy to read. It was really like an easy chill book to read with like heavy topics though, of course, as well. I ended up enjoying it. I think it gave me like 4 out of 5 stars and it was a good time. So yeah, I finished it. I'm done. And now I read my 2 books for this vlog. So overall, I liked Almond better. Not that like they need to be compared, because they're literally two completely different books. Again, I thought the plot was enjoyable, the writing was good, it was just like a bit dense, and I just wish it gave me more, because it was kind of book that was supposed to feel exciting, but I didn't feel any excitement reading it, but it was still an interesting concept and book and atmosphere. Well, this was just really like homely and like about this character that has these issues and, you know, living in this cool world and meeting people, you know? So it's two completely different stories, but definitely interesting experiences. Would I recommend them? That's a hard question. I don't know if I in good conscience would go around recommending Almond, because I don't know if it's a harmful representation. I saw someone say it was, but like, there's some books, you know, some people say it is, some people say it isn't. I don't know. Platters, I don't know if I enjoyed enough to recommend on. If people were looking for a sassy book, or if they were looking for like a specific rap, maybe, but I don't know if it was just the first one to come in mind. It's not like I didn't enjoy them and I could talk about them, and like if I have a certain theme recommendation video, the Platters might show up. They're not forgettable either though. I will still remember them, and I will like, I am glad I read them. But I don't know if they would come up if I would recommend the books. I don't know how to explain it. As I mentioned earlier, Kim Ji-young is like also part of the 5 books you could pick out for this theme vlog, theme video, whatever kind of video we're doing. And that is also one of my favorite reads this year. It is a 5-star read, and that one I will recommend a million times. But like, not the focus of this video, because I had already read that. I'll post a review of that as well, and like have it part of this conversation, because you could post more videos if you wanted. I just want to mention that I absolutely love that and would definitely recommend it. But yeah, because of the experiences I had with this, I don't know like if recommendation is the right word, but like, I don't regret reading them at all, and I'm happy I read them and feel that I broadened my horizons in the literature world by reading them. So that's good things. That's good things. But yeah, I guess that wraps up this video. It wasn't as long as I wanted to. I just added the first parts of this. But like, it was only 2 books, and it's not really that much more to say from my point of view. I hope you enjoyed this. Wish me good luck in this competition, and you will see me soon in a new video. Leave a almond or a nut emoji down below if you enjoy this. You will see me soon. Check out my Patreon down below if you want to support my channel further. And again, wish me good luck in this competition. Goodbye!